Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Clint Capella.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Jackson in at the 3 spot. And for Atlanta, in the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Trae Young is out there with the Prophet, and it's Daniels in at the 3, the small forward.
Here we go.
Now you can expect the threes to fly tonight, Brent. Both of these teams are full of sharpshooters.
Well, which team gets hot first, Kevin, I think is going to be most important. Shooting is rhythm. How do you establish that rhythm? You've got to move the ball, move yourself, and maybe the team that gets hot first is going to be the one that ultimately comes out on top.
And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Johnson, the pass to the Prophet. Just 5 to shoot. On the wing, Daniels. Over Jackson. They get it again. Pass to the Prophet. Now Young. Out to the right wing. Here's the Prophet. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And Trae knows he's going to get all the attention, does a good job of finding the open man.
Morant outside. Sinks the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And here's Atlanta. Young outside. Pass to the Prophet. Here's Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Ren, you talk about a guy taking a leap. Jalen Johnson. Huge steps forward in his 3rd NBA season.
Kevin, how many times have we seen it where a really talented young player is playing on a team that has star power, and so naturally they're able to settle into the role they're going to play? That is what has happened with Jalen Johnson. I expect him to take another leap forward this season.
So Johnson, it's 2 of them. Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
Jackson misses.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Young outside. Pass to Daniels. The Hawks working the ball around. Back to Johnson. Now here's Okongwu. Fires the 3. The Hawks again can't hit. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Poked away. Daniels inside the line. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Good looking jump shot right there by Daniels.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Memphis, they're way down there in the conference standings, looking for a lot of improvement during the second half of the season. Here's Morant. He had 27 points last game. Pass to Jackson. They set the pick. There's the three. Connects from three-point range.
And he's proven he can make this shot. Jackson, the D has to respect his range better than that.
Daniels with it. Shoots the three. A three-pointer is right on target. Daniels has got 5.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now here's Morant. Looking at his numbers right now, averaging 27 points a game.
And you want to prevent Ja from driving to the rim, but you got to also contest him at the mid-range and just hope it doesn't go in.
Here's the Prophet, right wing. Pass to Okongwu. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Memphis trailing here. Here's Bane. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. And here's Daniels. Fires for 3. And listen. Morant looking around. Pass to Jackson. Outside, Bane. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Jackson misses. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. On the wing, Johnson. Okongwu kicks to Johnson. Pass to Okongwu. Here's the Prophet. Great D that time from Bane. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Trae Young.
And what you love about Bane is just how hard he works. His drive to keep getting better on display.
Memphis shooting their first free throws of the night. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent. And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. He's checked in for Atlanta. Santi Aldama's checked in for the Grizzlies. Memphis has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Pass to Edey. Jackson kicks to Morant. To the middle. Here's Bane. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
putting some real power behind his motion. Bane takes it straight to the rim.
For Atlanta, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Okongwu, the pass to Young. To the inside. Johnson in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Young's shot is off.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Outside Jackson. Payne for 3. Again, the miss by Bane.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
It's up a 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Left side, Bane. A beautiful reverse layup. Bane's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Striking fast inside. Bane isn't going to miss a chance at a look like that.
Here's the Prophet, guarded by Bane. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's the Prophet. Kicks it out to Johnson. Takes a 3. And it's Ricochet missing. And so it's Bane who brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls is tough, but the important part about that is when you get to the free throw line, you've got to turn those into points, and it might have cost them in that last ball game missing all those chippies.
Bangs home the trifecta. And the Hawks lead by 1.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Now, here's Bane. He has 6. And Aldama has it in the corner. Rebound, Atlanta. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
Yeah, that's a bit of a head scratcher there. That was a case where every single thing that could have gone wrong for them, oh, it showed up.
Here's Aldama after the basket by Atlanta. And now Young running the floor all by himself. Here's Okongwu. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Man, that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Here's Edey. Still yet to score. Jackson passes to Bane. To stop the run. Jackson misses. The Hawks leading by 5. Here's the Prophet. 9 points in the game so far. And here's Young from the arc. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Here's Morant. Lays it up and banks it in. Morant's got 9 points.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Young outside. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And the Hawks lead by 8.
Now that stroke looks so good from Trae Young.
Here's Morant. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Okongwu. Morant against Young. Now Aldama. Traps in the tray.
As a passer, Morant has developed great instincts, and he's going to exploit those gaps in the D.
Here's the Prophet. Now, here's Okongwu. Young outside. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Morant. Here's the Prophet. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Outside, Payne. Jackson passes to Morant. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's the Prophet. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Jackson. The kick out to Payne. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Payne's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Young looking around. Pass to Rizichet. Shoots over Aldama. The putback. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again.
At this point of the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. And if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Hawks lead by 6. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
They didn't hesitate to start working the offensive glass. And I'll tell you, those efforts have been rewarded with these second chance points.
They've done a great job tonight of getting out in transition. So that focus on fast break, that'll add to your total in a hurry.
Here's Morant. 9 points in the game so far. Jacks up a 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Payne finds Jackson from downtown, and Payne the bucket on the assist by Jackson. Payne's got it all tied up now for the Grizzlies. Young passes to the Prophet. Johnson outside. Here's the Prophet, and he dunks it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. On the wing, Jackson. He's covered by Daniels. Jackson kicks to Jackson. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or are hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. Here's the Prophet. He's got 15. Young, right side. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Young's got 13.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Outside Jackson. Back to Morant. Clark sets a screen for Morant. A kick out to Bain. Shot clock at 3. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to the Prophet. Daniels with it. Over Jackson. Offensive rebound. Here's the Prophet. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Hawks making a switch here. Reza Shea checked in. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Pippen's checked in. Memphis moving it around. Outside Jackson. This one for 3. Jackson misses.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
To the left side wing. The Prophet passes to Young. Spins. Now Daniels takes the 3. The rebound by Pippen. Out to the wing. The Prophet with the bucket. And that's now 21 points for the Prophet.
Well, Capella at that size really has no issues spotting the open man.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. Morant reaches to Clark. To the paint. Here's Pippen. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And a deep 3 from Young. Rebounded by Jackson.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
The offensive rebound. Young with no one around. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Young's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Hawks. Memphis has gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Morant with a wide-open look. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Here in this stage of the season, Greg, what can struggling teams do to better themselves?
You mean besides make a big trade move? I mean, I think about lineups and schemes. You have to look at what you can control and really establish your identity.
5 on the clock. Scooped up. Young outside. After Reza Shea. Good on the triple. And the Hawks lead by 9.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Morant passes to Clark. Here's Pippen. And he gets it to go. Pippen's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And, guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Pass to Daniels. 51 seconds left to play in the first half. Young passes to the Prophet. Down low. Riza-Shea, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Riza-Shea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
The first free throw is good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Okongwu's checked in for the Hawks. Jalen Johnson comes in for Dyson Daniels. Then for the Grizzlies, Edey's checked in for Brandon Clark. And it's Bane in for Pippen. He hits both from the stripe.
At the wing position, Riza-Shea has pretty much everything you're looking for, right? Length, mobility, three-point shooting. And add to that, he has a great feel for the game.
It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Morant.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And here's Young from the arc. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. And the dunk by Riza-Shea.
Yeah, if you give Riza-Shea a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
That's a foul called on the Prophet. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And that 82% free throw percentage this season must have him feeling pretty good about himself at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And it's hard to pick a more electrifying player in the league than Ja Morant. He explodes off the floor.
Both free throws good from Morant.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Here's Young from 13 feet. It goes down. Young's got 18 points.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And so it's Atlanta ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. With Quinn Snyder, Coach, great offense in the first half. What made it possible?
I think we're executing pretty well. Moving them around a little bit with some fakes. And guys are just playing aggressive as much as anything. But if we get a few more stops.
It's been good so far, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Good evening, everybody. Can you guess what we're starting the show with? Wow, you guys are good. Time for the power rankings.
Taking a look at the Hawks, they take a tumble in the rankings. I mean, dropping down 4th after a challenging week.
Still in the top 4, though, which is a fine spot for them to land. Turning back now to that game we've been watching. A positive first half for the Atlanta Hawks.
When you take care of the boards, usually things turn out well, unless you're getting shot out the gym.
Which hasn't happened yet.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at the Prophet in this game. He's been everywhere.
Really
really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Atlanta leading by 9. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Prophet is out there with Trae Young. And it's Daniels in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Pass to the Prophet. Johnson kicks to Young. Shot clock at 6. From outside the arc, he watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Outside, Bain. Jackson has the open look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. Bain drives in. Misses from short range.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Pulls up from the corner, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away. Now, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Here's the Prophet, guarded by Bain. And Okongwu has it in the corner. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Bain finds Jackson. Morant outside. Rebound by Young.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Pass to Okongwu. Johnson left side. From past the arc. Drills the 3-pointer. Johnson's got 8 points.
You got to expect Johnson to take his shots from outside when he has them.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.